Alright, hey guys, what's up? First off, I want to apologize if the acoustics, basically the sound in here is a little bit off. Right now I'm in my armory. Long story short, we got a new air conditioning unit, and my armory is on the other side of the some of the pipes and vents and all that. So I had to clear out all of my guns and stuff, bring them up to my room, and now my room's too crowded and cluttered to make a video there, so I'm going to make a video here. So it might be a little bit echoey or whatever, and kind of confined for space, but we'll make with what we got. This is the sort of a little tutorial on how to remove the outer barrel on your G&G combat machine. So basically this is my combat machine right now. I'm going to be removing the outer barrel, putting on this Noveske, Mad Bull Noveske 10-inch barrel, and then this flip-up front sight. So first I will show you guys how to take off. Oh, and also put this Noveske flash hider / sound amplifier on. So first thing you need to do is take off your handguards. So let me do that real quick. Oh, and take your battery out. That's kind of a given though. So take off your handguards. Now, the thing that makes this the hardest, or the thing that makes this outer barrel disassembly so much different than other guns is the gas tube right here, and also that the front sight is sort of molded onto the outer barrel. So those two things together make it a bit of a pain to take off. So next, take off. This isn't really necessary, I guess, but it just makes it a little bit easier. Just take off your carry handle, your sights or scopes, whatever you have on. Just take all that off. Now you are going to want to take, right here, there's this sort of a pin. It won't come all the way out, but it comes most of the way out, and then stop. So once you take that out, there, just push it out. Okay. Now take your wires right here, and there you should see a section about halfway up the wires, and you can just pull them apart. So just take them, and it's a little bit hard the first time, but after you've done it once, it's a bit easier. Alright, after you do that, you're going to want to take the upper receiver off of the lower receiver. So pull back a little bit on the charging handle, and then just pull on the upper receiver, pull forward. Alright, so for the most part, just pull your carry handle back, or your charging handle back a little bit, and just move it a little bit, fiddle with it, and it will come apart. Now, one thing to watch out for is your charging handle. If it hasn't already come up already, just kind of pull up on it and move it, and you'll get you'll get the charging handle and this little spring. The spring does come off. It's like a little hook, but just keep these two together. Make sure you don't lose these charging handle and spring, and just keep it there. And then you can also just put your lower receiver to the side, because you don't need that anymore until you reassemble it all. Now you have your front of your wires here, your outer barrel sight, your upper receiver, and then go ahead and take out your inner barrel. Just pull that out. Now if you want to, you can put in a different inner barrel from here. Here's your hop-up unit and inner barrel. I have this is a Airsoft GR16 300mm type bore barrel. I'll be putting this in later on my own time. So just letting you know that if you wanted to put in a different inner barrel, then this is the time to do it. But you can put this to the side otherwise. Alright, now this is as far as most reviews will take it. They show you this and they say, alright, here's your upper receiver, and then they show you how to take the gearbox out. But it took me a very long time and a lot of searching and stuff, but I finally found a forum that people were talking about how to do this, and somebody actually gave a legitimate description of how to take out the outer barrel. So first thing you want to do is, well, I want to say that all of this should be easier for me because I've done this before. I also, for time purposes, sanded the gas tube a little bit so it's easier to take in and out. Once you get it out, that might be a if you want to use it, keep and put, or sorry, I can't even talk. But if you want to put the gas tube back in once you switch out your outer barrel or whatever, then you might want to sand it down a little bit to make it easier. Otherwise, I'm not going to use mine. I don't really have a need for the realism of the gas tube, so I'm just going to take it out and leave it out. But right now, what you're going to want to do is take it and push it so that it goes this way. You're going to want to push it into your upper receiver a little bit more until it pops out like this. So now it's out like that. Now you're going to want to take a hex key, I guess, or an Allen key or whatever it's called, and there's two little hex screws right in here. Now this piece right here spins around, so you're going to want to position it so you can get your key, or your key right in there to take out that hex screw, the one right there, and then on the other side position it and take that one out there. I don't know if you can see that, but so take those two out. Let me do that real quick. Try to keep it in frame so you can watch. And here's one of them right there. So put that to the side in a safe place. Don't lose it because you need it. And take the other one out. So here I have both of them. And so put those to the side and in a safe place. And now this I found is one of the hardest parts, was to get the front part of the outer barrel off, because it actually breaks into two. So you just kind of have to mess with it and try to get it to come off. But basically mine should be pretty easy. It just comes right off for me. But I spent quite a while, probably a good 20-30 minutes messing with this to get it off of the but once you get that off, put that to the side. Now you can slide off this, keep this, and then you can slide off your wires. There you go. And now pull out your gas tube. Just pull it straight out, and here's your gas tube. Now you want to take off your O-ring. So next there's two screws. Let me get this in frame. There's one screw right there. It's a hex screw. And then on the other side there's another one. So take those off. Put that to the side. Don't get them mixed up with the other hex screws because they're slightly different sizes, I've found. But just put those to the side. Now that your gas tube is out, there will be a little bit of play in this. And actually, sorry, I mean, now that the hex screws are out, there will be a little bit of movement in here. So the O-ring, or sorry, not the O-ring, this is the delta ring. That's what this part is called. But the delta ring, you have to, I'm going to try to get the best lighting possible, but it's kind of hard for me to show you. You have to position this sort of gear piece, not really a gear, but it looks like a gear. It has two slits in it on each side, one there, and one there. And then on the ring inside of it, there's two little sort of nubs that fit through those holes. So you have to just position them till they line up, and then you can take it apart. So let me try to do this while still staying in frame. There we go. So it comes off, and now you can pull that off, pull this off, and I'm not sure, well, this is the spring that goes to your delta ring. I'm not sure if they're all like this, 2 pieces, or if mine just broke, but keep this. This is the spring that gives it the, well, it gives it the ability to spring back and hold on to your grip or whatever you have. And then after you take off that, then this piece right here just sort of unscrews. So just, I had to use a rag the first time, but now you can just unscrew it and twist for a bit. It's actually, the barrel is actually kind of like a nut, and, or at least, sorry, the upper receiver is kind of like a nut, and then this comes off. Oop. And then your outer barrel should be able to slide off right there, and here's the rest of your outer barrel. Here's your upper receiver, and let me now test out how to put this on, and then I will be back to show you guys how to do that. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back. It was actually really easy to figure out how to put this this new barrel and stuff on. So that only took me maybe a minute or two, and I figured while I was gone, I might as well put in my tight bore inner barrel, which took me less than a minute, it was super easy. The reason I switched out was because since I'm going with a CQB length, I had to get a shorter inner barrel. So this one is 300 millimeters as opposed to the 363 millimeters. This is normal length for an M4. This is CQB length. I mean, you can go shorter than that, but that's average CQB length, I would say. This would, if I were to have left this in, it would stick out like that far outside of the outer barrel, and it would just look really weird. And if that hit anything, could possibly mess up the hop up and stuff. So put in this, and I'll be ready to reinstall that. But to get started, take your upper receiver and take your outer barrel. I did notice the 2 hex screws that were in here. Don't take them out. I'm not sure if most outer barrels have them or what, but they actually let you take out this part of the outer barrel from this thing right here. So I guess it's an easy way. It makes it easy to swap out barrels if you have other barrel lengths that are different. Like maybe you have a barrel that goes out to here, goes out to like right here, then you can unscrew that and just swap it out without having to take down the whole delta ring setting or setup. But I mean, that doesn't really affect us right here. So take your outer barrel and look at the grooves right in here, and you have to line them up. Make sure your barrel is straight up and down, lined up, and it'll just go right into place. Once it is in like that, take this piece and put it around, and then screw it back on. So let me do that. I don't know if you can hear that, but the air conditioner just turned off again. So I mean, the vent is like right here in my armory, so that takes up like a bit of space in my armory, the lower half of one wall. So I will have to rethink my armory and rearrange everything, but that'll be another video. So here, let's take the spring and reinstall the spring. I found it's easiest to take your this piece of your O-ring and arrange it so right here there's like a little notch right here, not a notch, but sort of a little post. So just take take it and line it up so the part with the little groove in it can line up with the post, as well as the other side. Let that all line up, and so just put that in, press it down a little bit, that'll help. So then just put that on. Make sure if you're going to put the O-ring back on that your spring does not get in the way of the little O-ring, the part where the O-ring passes, or not the O-ring, keep saying that, sorry, the gas tube. If you're going to put the gas tube back in, make sure this little part, I don't know if you can see that little area is opened up so it can slide through. Alright, so once you have all that together, you have the gear looking piece lined up and stuff. If you want, you can put the gas tube back on. While I was gone, I did decide I wanted to do that, so I figured I might as well. So just make sure that the hole where the gas tube fits through is opened up. Make sure that the spring is not in the way, and you will be able to relatively easily. It's easier, much easier actually, if you sand it off like I said before. Makes the gas tube fit through easier. And just be patient with me now while I try to get that all straightened out. Alright, so hopefully that is good enough. Sorry if I bumped the camera. And basically take this right here, this ring, this holds your, this is sort of the other side to where your delta ring holds your handguard in. Then take your grip right here, slide it on, make sure the hole for the gas tube lines up, and push it all together. Alright, and then once you have that on, then take the little screws, screw those in. My camera battery is dying at the moment, so bear with me. Once you screw these in, you should be good to go. Now you can just very easily put your lower and upper receivers back together, and then sorry, that was my closet door, my armory door. Then feed your wires back through, re-zip tie these wires onto your outer barrel like so, and you're good to go. So I will see you guys later.